Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hello.
What's going on? What is happening? Listen, oh my goodness, y'all. These two shows, and listen, yeah, I'm wearing my hat. Don't ask me what team this is. I just put these hats on because my husband buys them for me. I just put them on to match the colors. I don't know the teams or any of that stuff. I think he said this is one of the Super Bowl hats, but anyway, it is covering up this hair. But you guys, welcome back to the Juice Radio Talk Show. Listen, it's our reality chat. Oh my goodness, there is so much to chat about. So much to chat about. And you guys, we're going to have a fun time tonight as we discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac, as well as Married to Medicine. We're going to have a fun time tonight. So yes. I'm going to turn it over to Jonathan after we say hello to all of you. Hey, Light of the Leo.
Hello. Happy to be here.
So glad you're here, girl. Y'all remember to subscribe, like, and share Light of the Leo's page. Check her out on YouTube, all right? And all the other social media channels. And y'all know your boy JoJo. What up, Jonathan?
Hey, y'all. Jennifer, your face is reading I'm happy to be here all over it. All over it. You're so happy to be here. I see it so clearly.
You read so well.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm ready to get to these ladies. There were two very interesting episodes that are leading up to probably some great conflict.
Well, I'm happy I did my homework, and one of these shows is annoying me.
Oh wait, not annoying. Oh well. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm going to get Instagram up. I was just uploading a video over there, so we're going to get that up and let everybody know that we are ready to start this. And I'm going to say this right out loud, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of siding with Sweet Tea just a little bit, even though I think she got herself into some stuff.
Yeah.
Ciao. Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Sweet Tea. All right. Erin, how you doing, beautiful?
Hey, Erin.
Thank you for being here. Y'all click like, click subscribe, click share. Erin has dropped all the links in there. Thank you so much.
All of them.
Thank you. Erin says she's can't be here. She's going to be part of the replay crew. We love you anyway for being here early. You are always on top of things, Erin. Thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Robin is here. Y'all say hello to Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Robin said, good evening. It looks like Phaedra has permanently retired her prayer cloth. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
She done said something right there. She did.
Wow, that is a word. If I never heard one,
These are
that
truths.
is a word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Oh, double my. Okay. Y'all say hello to the beautiful, the one and only Latoya.
Hey, Latoya.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Hey. Love me some Latoya. She's saying, hey, fam. She said, y'all favorite nephew is sick. Now, how did that happen? How?
Oh, no.
How?
You don't want that.
Well, he's got the best mom who is the best nurse ever, so he won't be sick for long. We know that.
Okay.
Much.
Absolutely.
We know that. We'll give him hugs and kisses for us, even if you have to blow them to him. Hugs and kisses to him. Thank you so very much. All right. So Robin says, hey, J&J. I Jonathaned on Saturday, didn't wake up till after 11.
Okay. I heard that. Woman after my own heart. I love that.
Come on now. Felicia's here. What up,
Hey, Felicia.
I hope you don't mind me still calling you Fifi. I just like saying Fifi more than Felicia. I hope you don't mind, Felicia.
Oh, put it in the chat, Felicia. Do you prefer? Because we will go for what you say, because we want to respect all the way around. Okay. So which one you prefer, Felicia or Fifi? but we love you anyway, whichever way you deliver it to us. Okay, we love it. She
Mhm.
said, "Good evening, everyone, and good evening, beautiful." And Robin says, "Regina siding with Sweet Tea, aka Thirsty." Ooh,
Oh, well, I have to agree with you, Regina. I am siding with Sweet Tea in this moment. I really am being endeared to her
But
in these
exactly about
episodes.
what?
Her personality
Mhm.
is really sweet. She seems like a really genuinely sweet woman. And I feel like she means well for the most part. For the most part, I feel as
mm,
though she
There's so
means
much to talk
well.
about with her. She's the one that's getting on my nerves. Well, it's difficult
Okay.
for okay, it's not that she herself gets on my nerves. It's just watching it, knowing that there's so many things that she needs to grow up and learn about. It
Mhm.
it gets on my nerves.
It's annoying.
oh my, oh my. Well, if that's the case, then I understand. So, you guys, y'all keep on giving these comments. Oh, wait, we got to say hello to. Okay, so Toy said he has a head cold. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
he'll make it through.
Oh.
Come on now. Come on now. And look, Felicia said, "Feel better, nephew." That's right, nephew Justin. I love it. And she said, "Robin, now that's funny." That's what
That
she's
was
saying.
funny.
It
Robin, that
was.
is funny. And Felicia said, "I too am a part of the Sleep Late crew. Fifi is fine."
All right. Thank you.
Sleep Late crew. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Now, come on now. Guess who up here now? Short Stack. I love that
It's
name.
your stack.
Hey.
Cutie.
I know. Look how cute that picture is. You better go with the little baby hairs. Look how cute.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so she says, "Poor Sweet Tea. That must be so intimidating being around all those beautiful, intelligent women." Oops, wait, that could be shade and all that. Now, which one you meant?
But at the end of the day, it's total truth.
It is. It absolutely is. And that's not to say that Sweet Tea is not one of those
It's
type of
just
women
That's
there's
what I
either.
want to
some
make sure.
things
It's just
some
that,
things that she just doesn't know.
right. Yeah.
I want to make sure of which scenario we talking about. That's what I want to do. I just want to make
I will give you a moment for each scenario. I have no
Oh
problem.
my gracious. Okay, so Latoya's, and I'm gonna get to you, Jonathan. Jonathan is going to be running all these realities shows, you guys. I am turning over the moderator to Jonathan. So he is going to be your lead on all of these. So you guys can hear more of Jonathan, and I can do more of the behind the scenes stuff that we do here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. So moving forward, you guys will see, and Jonathan will be leading out on all of these things. Like I'm trying to settle some stuff now. So Latoya said, "Sweet Tea knew exactly what she was signing up for." Exclamation
Mhm.
point. Oh, she did. She did.
Not
Yeah.
not totally. Not
Oh, wait.
totally.
Okay.
Mm-mm,
We're gonna get to all that. Robin
I
said,
can't take
"Y'all
it.
ain't siding with her. Y'all is feeling sorry for her. I'm wondering if she can cash the checks that she's writing." Ooh, child.
I'd have to say I probably would agree with that, Robin. Maybe it is I'm feeling sorry for her. Maybe that's why my
Exact
heartstrings are tugging for her because I do feel sorry for her. Yes,
that's it.
I will say that's probably it.
I got difference of opinions, but we're gonna talk about that. So Robin
Mm.
said, "I'm sick of her too, Jennifer." Oh, child. Well, and Latoya said he gave me a grocery list on the way home. Oh, my nephew, and make sure you fulfill all the requirements that's on the
All
grocery
the
list.
requests.
Okay.
All of them. Yes, please do. Short Stack is laughing because I think that comment was a little shady too, and we like a little good shady over here on the Juice
Okay.
Radio Talk Show. Short Stack, so keep them coming, okay. She said, some Latoya said some stuff is common sense.
And she don't
Oh,
okay.
with Short Stack, not are you,
I
Short
think
Stack,
with Sweet Tea.
with Sweet Tea. Okay, I was like, you ain't coming for Short Stack. I like her cute picture, and I like her comment because it was so cute. I love it.
Mhm.
Short Stack. I'm gonna have to go back to that comment because that was funny to me. So Felicia said, "My first thought says it's a no for Sweet Tea." Really?
Oh wow.
And then Fifi said, Latoya said, "Fifi, it's given Arizona tea." Wait.
Oh, oh
Mm-mm.
my.
This is the comment of the day, you guys. Already, I am giving the comment of the day. Short Stack. This is the Juice Radio Talk Show's official comment of the day. Poor Sweet Tea. That must be intimidating being around all those beautiful, intelligent women. I could take that so many directions.
Can't we?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to turn this over to Jonathan. But Short Stack, you win. Comment of the day.
Woo!
Absolutely. So since we already started about talking about sweet tea, let's start with Married to Medicine here. So our first, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is Quad going over to visit Miss Phaedra. Phaedra seems to have a beautiful house and a nice looking, young looking butler. I can't remember what his name was, but he looked like he was a smooth 17 years old.
And I
Um,
feel like he was hired for that night.
for
His
that night
yes,
only. For
yes.
that night only. The producer should have put a caption under his name, one night only slash
Okay.
butler. That's what they
Okay.
Let
should
me get the butler name. Let me get the butler name because she was just being that was just Benji the butler. That is his name. Benji
Benji the
the butler.
butler.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
Well, all
So of
right.
course,
that's
yes,
his
Benji was definitely an attractive young man, younger looking man. But anyways, let's get to the chatter between Quad and Miss Phaedra. So it seems like they're going to be getting along, although I heard a rumor that they get
name.
into it a little bit later in the season, but we'll
Okay.
get to that when we get to that. But
Okay.
Phaedra's trying to figure out why Quad hasn't been around the girls. Why is it that she's been MIA for the last couple of however much time they've been together? But Quad goes on to say how she's not here for Toya, how she's not here for Heavenly, how he's not here for these different girls, and the fact that they don't see it for her either. And Phaedra brought up the fact that Toya mentioned Quad's supposed DUI. Quad then explains to us that, you know what, I call my lawyer. They got it expunged. It's off my record. It's a no deal type of thing.
She
So
listen. Quad is funny because she told us something. Yes, I got cited. Quad, just use regular English and stop
Cited.
trying to be so up there. Quad, you got a ticket, girl. That's what you got.
Exactly, and I'm sure it's still on file whatever county she was pulled over in. But what do you guys think about
Mm.
this meeting between Phaedra and Quad? I thought it was really cute. I loved what Quad was wearing. I couldn't say the same for Phaedra, but Phaedra looked nice as well. But what did y'all think about this meeting between the two fancy ladies?
I feel it's set up between two women who have been on television long enough to know how to prepare the camera crew. And I feel it's all set up.
Thank you.
I did think that Quad's outfit was cute, but I think there's going to come an age where she's going to have to stop trying to wear those things. I'm just saying, Quad, because I have done the Googleization and realized that Dr. G married a younger woman. So I'm just saying.
Yes. But I will say though, if you got it, why not flaunt it while you still look good? And Quad
I
has
ain't
no wrinkles.
No.
She's still a very attractive young woman or younger
Mhm.
looking woman. So I'd say go for it, girl.
As far as that scene for me, I was over it as soon as they both dropped, did a twerk or whatever to the floor. As soon as before she could even get through into the door, I'm like, this is
Okay,
how is
Jonathan.
this even real life? Like that's I was over it, Jonathan. I rolled my eyes immediately. Like this is not real life. Not saying that nobody knows how to do it or can do it, but let's be real.
But you know what? To me, I did like that part was funny and cute to me. It was like, hey girl, we ain't seen you so long, but hey girl, that to me was funny.
I thought it was cute. It's what I would expect from these women, to be
It's not for
honest.
me.
I've seen. Remember when Dr. Heavenly opened her hair salon, or not her hair salon, but her hair to beauty supply store
Mhm.
last year? She was, dipping it low and spreading it wide on the floor too. So these ladies,
That's
of a
cute.
certain age, like to let everybody know they still got it.
It's not for me, and that's okay.
And that's
It
really
is.
okay. It is. It totally is okay.
It
Yeah.
is.
Go ahead, Jonathan. That's
So the next thing that I wanted to mention was Miss Sweet Tea's wedding dress try on little thing going on. She invited a good friend of hers that came along. I can't remember what her name was. She also invited Toya. She seems to be the closest to Toya as far as this friend group is concerned. And Phaedra tagged along too. And it was interesting. It was interesting. The topic of a friend group of ladies that are with older men came up. I thought this was interesting to say the least. I've never heard of a group of friends that gather together to talk about
Child, there's a group for everything on Facebook.
there is. I will have to admit there is
I
a group
want
for
to say.
everything. What do you guys think about the way that Sweet Tea met this friend on this group and the fact that there is a group out here for women who date older men?
Listen, Listen, they said I can't remember which of the women said it, but I learned this by watching shows on these reality shows about the sugar babies.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are different women who go online searching for older men. I think I learned about it on a 90-Day Fiance episode.
Mm.
And they do that. So like Jennifer said, there's groups for everything. Now, why do they look for these older men? That's the thing. Some of them do look for older men because they just don't want a younger guy. They feel they're too mature. The women themselves, they're too mature. But a lot of them look for the money. They want these men who are settled, secure, and got the finances and resources. So, it just brought up so many question marks and side eyes when Sweet Tea once again put a foot in the mouth.
Well, it's very much so understanding as to why they even have a group that exists like this. Because when you're in a relationship, because I'll give them this, I do believe this is for people that got into a relationship, not somebody that's particularly searching for an older man or woman. Now, that's the sugar babies application, basically, where they find, when they sugar baby, you get sugar. Unfortunately, sometimes they have to give
Right.
sugar back. But
Well, I
um
mean,
anywho, but I can understand why, because you're dealing with somebody that's generations beyond you. And okay, I can't say
Yes.
generations. Let me shut up.
yeah, not
Uh,
generation.
years
Decades.
in front of you,
Use
decade.
decades.
Okay,
Is better.
decades.
There's 2 decades between Dr.
Yes.
G and
Oh
Sweet Tea.
Lord.
2 decades
Right.
and 3
Eh,
years.
Generation, I guess.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I think they just needed some other people to talk to understand the issue, or understand how it is being with a person like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I do believe in my heart that it's not always about a man controlling a younger woman so that they can, it'll be easier that way. I do believe it's possible that there's true love in those relationships, but I would have done like, what's the name? Latoya said earlier, I would not have disclosed that.
I would not have this, but
Yeah.
you know what? We do want the truth, and Sweet Tea is giving us the truth, even if we're like, girl, why you said that? But I gotta
But
give it
Right.
to her. She
but
is giving us the truth, you
but
guys.
that's my problem though. I think she's being a little bit too truthful in some situations. There's some things like when she said last week how she that's the best thing about her being engaged now is that she gets a little access to the money. Why would you say that?
Because it's the truth.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And although
Mhm.
it's constant foot and mouth syndrome when it comes
It
to Miss
is.
Sweet Tea,
It is.
I appreciate the fact that she's not familiar with the way that reality TV works. So we're getting real reality TV from Sweet Tea. If we're
And
not
it
getting it from
bothers
anybody
me.
else, we getting it from Sweet Tea. Okay.
We are. Robin, you're so funny. She said, Regina, you and ATO, go knock on Phaedra's door and see if he answers.
Okay, because you know he won't be there. He'll
Benji!
probably he'll
I'm gonna be
probably
like,
be
Benji,
back in the classroom where he belongs, honey.
the
Okay.
classroom.
Oh
I'm gonna go knock
gosh.
on Phaedra's door. Phaedra, which one of these is the butler? Because you got 2 sons here that look about the same age as the butler girl.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
And I did want to make sure I say, I don't know if y'all remember but the scene where her and what's his face, who she's engaged to. I'm
Dr.
sorry.
G.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Mhm.
Her and Dr. G were talking, and as they were eating, she was talking about how she enjoys to eat. She actually said what her job was and everything. And I
Mhm.
thought all that was really wonderful. And you can kind of smell the youngness, the Similac, when she was
Yeah.
trying to, pull on him saying, I need you to do more. Well, I pay for this, pay for that. It's like, I just wish she had an older woman or a friend, and thank God it looked like she may have Dr. Simone in her pocket now to try
Mhm.
to help her. But you can't expect a man to jump in to the nuptial planning. You can't. He said he's done all that he could do. He done
He
what he
does
know how
Right.
to do.
not
Pay the
all
He cut the
that.
money.
check.
No, he has not done all that he could do. He's done all that he wants to do.
Right.
Now,
These are truths.
he
Now,
could do more, but Dr. G is old school. Okay, I pulled up
Right.
Dr. G's age. Dr. G is 56 when I pulled it up
mhm,
on the mobilization. Now, and Dr. G is one of these old school. He feel like, listen, I ain't got to do all the planning. I'm putting some money. He did make it clear. He asked Sweet Tea, what
mhm.
percentage are you putting in? And I was like, hold on,
Oh
Dr. G,
Lord.
don't wait
Yeah,
1 minute.
that was a little bit of a low blow, in my
It
opinion.
was.
Yeah.
But
I
but see,
cringed when I heard it.
that's what you can do with a young girl.
Yeah, exactly. But
He
in a
couldn't do
way,
that with Quad.
she was sort of kind of asking for it in a little bit of a way. She was sort of kind of asking for that response,
But
in my
Yeah.
she
opinion.
was looking for things that she cannot provide. Like, to be honest, if I were her, I would have put the list, the whole list, the guest list in front of his face. And when he reads over it, he realizes that none of his family is on it. Well, you ain't tell me who was supposed to be coming, so how am I supposed to know? If she would do it like that, you know what I'm saying?
She's
Instead of just
overstressing
say,
herself. She's overstressing her.
yeah,
First of
she's
all,
yeah.
Yeah.
here's what. Okay, they have already gotten married, so we can't even speak to Sweet Tea. But listen to all them other ladies that's on that little group. You know, for the
Mhm.
older men, and we're going to get
Yeah.
married. Let's talk to all of them. All of you, when you find one and he got a little bread, you know, you got access to the bank account. Don't do all that planning and hiring and all this stuff for the wedding. Hire a wedding planner.
But you know
Right.
what's funny? She said has hired one.
Well, then
But
she's doing a little too much.
I think she's not it's just okay. It's the stuff
Maybe
that
she's
you
not
have to
letting
put
loose.
together
She's not
yourself,
letting loose.
because
Right.
you know, like the wedding director or whatever, they can't put together your family. You have to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just
Mhm.
stuff
That is
like
true.
that, you know, I'm sure it's getting down on her.
And
All
it's
right.
only the little stuff, it seems like. It only seems to be the little stuff that she's kind of over analyzing and overreacting about. But again, that's a young
She feels like
thing.
she by herself. That's what I think.
What did y'all think about
That's
when they
true.
were in the wedding place and
Mhm.
Phaedra said you don't have no booty and Latoya said you need a waist cincher? Did you guys find that offensive? Because Sweet Tea was telling the other lady she thought that they were being mean.
Yeah, the sweet tea is thick. Let's get that out the way right
She ain't got
now.
no
So,
pancake.
so sweet tea got body.
Yeah,
She doesn't have a long back. Okay, she
A
does have a
BBL.
dairy. Yes, she does have a derriere.
especially all
Um,
natural.
I
Mhm.
feel as though Phaedra
Hi,
and
Justin.
Toya are really trying to dig at Sweet Tea at any little thing that they can find to dig at her with. And for them to say that, you know, oh, you need a little, just because everybody except for Jennifer Star McCollum in Atlanta is getting a Brazilian butt lift, doesn't mean that
I
Sweet
get
Tea
one.
has to do it. Oh,
I didn't
or
get that
Regina.
either. Because I'm from West Virginia. We born with ours. You know, it come with age. You know that kind of
Right. And so I hate the fact that Phaedra continues to point out that Sweet Tea's bottom is not up to her standards.
But it's
yeah,
like,
because
if that were
they
me, I would have said, "Are you ready to buy it? Like, come on."
Okay.
no, I would have said
Okay,
I
then
don't
shut
need
up.
to do that. I don't need to do that because my man is marrying me the way I am. So I don't need
Right.
to go and put all that extra excess stuff on to try and make myself feel better. But Sweet Tea was offended, and I could feel for her when she was having to talk with the girls
Yeah.
because she has to understand this is they look at stuff like this. This is what they look at what you're wearing, they look at what bag you're wearing, they look at they
Mhm.
look at stuff like that.
Every bit.
And she has to, I don't even understand why Sweet Tea did not know about this show because she should have known that they were going to come for her with stuff like this. And I guess she thought, okay, I'm gonna be on the show and they're not gonna do this. But
Mhm.
girl, were you not
Now,
watching the show?
I do feel that there was a difference between what Phaedra was saying and what Toya was saying. Toya was saying you're gonna need, you know, something to cinch you in. That's
Yeah,
what
Right.
the dress looks
anybody would say, because you know, to go with the dress, you want to make sure you got the shape right. And
Right.
anybody, I mean, I don't know who has it, had a nice little waist cincher or whatever when they have a
Right.
good dress on. But it was Phaedra talking about how she
Phaedra.
has pancakes. No, she has hips, and
Right.
she just doesn't have a whole BBL. Like, what you want us to do, sis?
Right.
Mhm.
She doesn't have the roundness, probably. That's what Phaedra is
That,
probably
but
talking
that's
about.
what
She doesn't
Phaedra wants
have
for her
much
body, and
shape. Yes.
we see how far that has gotten her thus far.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And
Okay.
so
Mhm.
you are we going to get to some comments, Regina, or you want to go to the next
Well, let
thing?
me read some of these comments. Robin said, not gonna knock that they became friends via internet.
Look
Look
at
at
us.
us. That's right. And she said,
Right.
Latoya said, a sugar baby is a younger woman who looks for older men for money. Yeah, that's where I learned it on TOC. I think the 90
No.
Day Say chat. Felicia said, is that group adjacent to the how to slide in the DMs? Now, let me tell you,
Mm,
that's probably a whole nother group, Latoya.
okay.
And it's like similar to that group. It's like probably like a chain, you know. So Short Stack said, is that storyline true? Is Phaedra that tight with Dr. G? I don't think so.
I don't
And
think
here's
so.
why. Here's why. I'm going to say why I don't think so.
Okay.
Because when they were at the restaurant, Dr. G was like, haven't seen you in a while.
Mm.
That part I was like, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I feel as though this could be a plot point that was made up by production to make it seem like Phaedra actually has a link to this group, when in all actuality, I'm sure she probably doesn't have any link to anyone in this group whatsoever. But they need to make it make sense for the reason why she's on this show. So I don't mind it, because it's just one of those reality TV show things that they do to make the storyline work.
Okay. Latoya, I cannot check my phone because it is streaming on my Instagram. Okay.
But what was the question? Lord have mercy.
Do you think Dr.
Do you
G
think
and
that-
Phaedra actually know each other in real life?
Yeah, I believe they were acquainted, but I don't believe
Yes.
they knew
think
each
they were
other.
close like that.
Not close, no.
I think they really wanted to have Phaedra on there because Phaedra is the lawyer, and they wanted somebody to talk to Dr. G about the prenup. That Dr. G was basically like, I don't really think I need a prenup. And and now that part, I can say this about Phaedra asking him about the prenup. I'm going to give Phaedra that. Yes, you do want to protect your assets.
Mhm.
So I'm glad she did bring that up. I also understand Dr. G's part where he's probably feeling like, I'm comfortable enough with this woman. I don't have to do this. I don't recall what happened in him and Quad's divorce. Was Quad granted anything? Was there a prenup? I can't recall all of
Well, you
that.
heard later on in that conversation between the two of them, you heard Dr. G said, I feel comfortable, I feel safe with
I love that
Sweet
scene.
Tea.
Right.
I did not feel I was scared of Quad. I think I think
Mhm.
Yes.
he could see the opportunity that Quad could take,
Right.
even
Ex
as they were together. So yeah,
and that's what I was saying when I said last week that, anytime we saw Dr. G and Quad in a confessional together, it looked awkward. It looked like there was some
it
tension
looked a little
between them.
strained.
They
Yeah,
never looked happy. Not like Dr. Simone and her husband, not like Toya and Eugene, even though they are sometimes ripping on each other. You know what I'm saying? They're still cordial with each other for the most part. Quad and Dr. G, not so much the case.
all right,
Yeah.
short stack. Phaedra ain't trying to get with no Dr. G. Don't do that. She ain't gonna try to get with him. She as soon as she walked in, oh, you got a little salt and pepper over here, like showing the gray in his
Yes,
beard.
that was
You know,
shade. And again, another point. If that was your good friend, wouldn't you have
Mhm.
known how gray he had gotten? So no,
Right.
and besides, I don't think Dr. G has the wallet to put up with what Phaedra wants to
no,
do. But
he's
listen,
still in the same house that he was in when he was
Yeah.
married to
Yeah.
Quad. He ain't got the money that
that's
she wants.
shade. Robin said the little stuff,
Shade.
the little
It's just
stuff
true.
because she isn't clear about the big picture. Thank you, Robin, for saying hello to Dustin. Short Stack said the comments about Sweet Tea were so wrong. They were. It was.
Well,
Latoya
yeah.
said, I think Toya wasn't being shady, but Phaedra definitely was.
That's how I
Absolutely.
feel. Absolutely.
Felicia said it was fun banter, but I have a sense of humor. Right. Everybody don't have no sense of humor. That's right.
Right.
Robin said, I see if she lasts by season 3, Sweet Tea will undergo the knife. Ooh, and that's
Yeah, I believe it.
if she fall into the trapalization, she probably will. Short Stack said, I'm glad
Sweet
Sweet
Tea.
Tea stood up for herself a little,
She did.
and
Mhm.
she had to stress, and we don't talk about that when she went and talked to Dr. Simone, Dr. Simone in the bathroom. Latoya said, bless her poor little heart. I know her poor little heart. I know,
Oh,
bless her, girl. Get
bless
strong.
her.
Sweet Tea, you were in the military, girl. Get strong on these women, girl. That's what I
Right.
want. Because I'm following you on social media, Sweet Tea. I'm following. Robin said, it's not that she didn't know about the show. It is because she had an incomplete plan that only included meeting Dr. G and having a baby.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Wow. She was like, and then she did say Dr. G wants her to be with his friend. She did. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like he's forcing me to be a part of this. And y'all know that
Mhm.
Sweet Tea would not be on the show had she not been Dr. G's
Of course
new
Nah.
not.
wife. It's
No.
a shake them up. But if you really want to shake something up, Bravo and Andy, let me just say this real quick. If you really want to shake up next season, do me a favor. Bring Apollo and his wife on.
Child.
Ooh, honey, I would
My
love to
God.
see that. You
My
know me
God.
want to see some Apollo, honey. Okay.
But not
Just bring
only
Yes.
Apollo,
just bring him around.
his
Mhm.
wife, she was on a couples retreat, I think it was. And let me tell you, she's a firecracker. And I think she would sit all those ladies down. So I want to see Apollo and his wife. Andy, come on now. Bring that couple on.
Child.
Bring that couple.
Okay.
That would be
Yes.
something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jonathan.
The next thing I want to talk about is Eugene and Toya. Eugene and Toya, they sit their two kids down and they have the sex talk with them. How
Oh,
did you guys think they did with this sex talk? I thought
I
it was
loved it.
good for this generation. I think
I
this is
loved
what
it.
this generation needed. I think this is the way that it needed to be explained to them. They went through pretty much everything that they needed to know for the most part, knowing that they already know some information concerning sex already. But
Mhm.
what did you guys think? I thought it went great.
I was so happy to see them have this conversation, being that he's a doctor.
Yes.
So you get a whole different perspective about the conversation.
Mhm.
Um, Talking about the different diseases and venereal diseases and all that. I thought it was wonderful. And
Yes.
again, coming from a doctor perspective, the boys, however, how cute they are, the laughter and the gigglies, it was funny. But some people may look at that and say they're too young, but I'm glad they had the conversation with them at that age because they're not too young. They're learning things in
No.
school. And so
No.
I love the conversation. And when they got in the confessional and Eugene was mimicking Toya and Toya mimicking Eugene, that cracked me
Hilarious.
Right,
up.
it was.
And
They're the funniest couple on the show. I
They
love
I
their banter
certainly
together.
agree. And I will have to say the same thing as Regina. It's just awesome to have a doctor in the room.
yes,
Yes.
So they were very great to do it in that way. A little bit much from Toya. I love it. And then a little bit of science coming from the husband. So I thought
yes,
that was really awesome. And on top of that, I believe this is a perfect time. She noticed that
mm,
her son over here talking
Absolutely.
about, getting into the hot relations and stuff like that,
yeah,
thinking about it, all hot in the
Right.
pants over some girl and stuff like that. Oh no, we need to have this conversation
They
now.
the boys found Playboy TV on the TV, so they gotta
Yeah.
you gotta
and
have an
see,
explanation,
And they
honey.
know what Playboy is.
they almost got Dr.
Okay.
Eugene in trouble because
Okay.
Mhm.
Dr. Eugene was like, wait a minute now. What I
Okay.
was watching was the show
A
about
documentary on the
documentary.
history of
Mhm.
Playboy. Yeah, and
And
I can believe that because there is one out there.
I saw it. It was really good too. It was a really
Did
good
you see it on
Okay.
documentary.
Playboy?
No, on one of these
There's the
regular channels.
difference.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Stop,
But
like I
but
cannot. Stop.
I I also, also in this age of internet and stuff like that, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
matter how much you keep your child away from, they'll always be able to go
Mhm.
outside to their friend's house where their mama let them see any and everything.
Right.
You'd rather teach them now than have them to learn about it from some kid or
That's
from
true.
pornography. So
That's
Right.
true.
teach them
That's
now.
true. Latoya said, "Can we speak on how good Toya looks?" Yes, she does.
She does look good.
She's looking good.
And here's again why Toya, I don't think Toya was trying to shame Sweet Tea. Toya was the thick girl of the group at one time.
Yes, she
Mhm.
was.
And so by her saying, just a waist cincher, I don't think she meant like a lifetime and wear it every day. It's just okay for
No.
your wedding dress. Just cinch the waist for your wedding dress. And she actually
Right.
said that on Watch What Happens Live with
And
Andy
you
Cohen.
And
She
you
said
can also see it in her face when, at the event that Toya had, you could see it in
Mhm.
her face. It's like, "Oh, I didn't know you took it like that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry."
right.
And she apologized more than once.
Exactly.
And the one that should have been really apologizing like
Was
Toya
Phaedra.
was Phaedra.
Right. And
Mhm,
she saw no
mhm.
reason to do so. And while we're on the subject, let's get to Toya's wine tasting or introduction to her wine business that she has going on. So Dr. Heavenly is there. I love how they put Dennis slash Dr. Heavenly under Dr. Heavenly's name. I find that extremely
I didn't even pay
interesting.
attention to that.
Yeah, but anyway, so the Dr. Heavenly is there, Dr. Simone is there, Dr. Jackie is there, who earlier in the episode was giving Debrat a checkup for her pregnancy. I thought that was so cute. And the
Super
fact
cute.
that, Dr. Brad is not Dr. Brad. Ooh, Lord. The Brat is not eating the way that she's supposed to eat. She had a single with
She
all the,
never has.
she had the vegetables, the lettuce and the tomato
There was
on there.
lettuce,
Those
tomatoes.
are
I even had pickles,
It was
veggies.
okay. So a couple of
extra.
onions. Okay. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying? All
you're
the
welcome.
vegetables. Okay.
The
Green.
brat
That's
never,
what,
the brat never eat well when she wasn't pregnant. So why y'all? But let me tell y'all, I vote and nominate that the Brat's baby is baby cutie of the year. That baby is so cute. Have you guys seen the baby?
I haven't seen the
Yes.
So
baby yet.
cute.
But what
Oh
blew
my
me away was that she was,
God.
did she say 49?
40 something. I can't
40
remember the
something. Yeah.
exact
I
age.
was like, I didn't
Yeah.
know she was that. Of course, look at her. Like, there's no way you would just automatically, oh yeah, you're 49, you're 48.
Mhm.
But I just didn't know that she had her baby at that time. And I think it's
Yeah.
beautiful how they did decide, like, Judy, she was like, you've never had a baby, so it's your turn.
Yes.
Right.
Go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
Hi, Ada.
But yes.
I am Leo Aries. Hi.
Hey.
She says, hi,
And so
everyone. Enjoying the combo. Eugene and Toya are in a good place this season. I'm glad to see it. They have
Me
come
too.
a long way.
absolutely.
Go
Me
ahead, John.
too.
Yes, they have.
And I'm actually surprised that they're still on the show because of all the issues that they've had in the past seasons on the
Mhm.
show. I'm so glad that they're still on the show because I enjoy seeing them so much.
As long as
Um,
they offering, I know Toya gonna say, yes, ma'am. Okay, we need them coins.
absolutely, absolutely. She ain't never going to turn a check down. Okay,
I'm
never.
glad that she's doing her wine line because we all know Toya is good for a glass of wine.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
hoping
actually,
that it's successful.
me too.
Because she does need something to do with her time that is productive for her to not get in so much trouble trying to be in other people's affairs and stuff like that. So and I'm glad she's doing it because the ladies always got on her and acted like, oh, you're just a housewife. You're just a housewife. You don't really do anything. Listen, housewife work is a lot.
it is.
So y'all leave Toya alone. She still had them boys and so forth. But the
I
ladies,
think it
Right.
looks awesome. I'm actually interested, depending on how much it costs. I'm interested for real. It looked like
Yeah,
mm,
it
she
seems like.
really has a great taste in wine. And
Mhm.
when she did that whole challenge between box and, better wine, I'm like, okay, make us
yes.
Yeah.
better. I
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. So, Sweet Tea was giving the girls her feedback on her first meeting with all the girls together, and the fact that they wanted to bring up Quad, and the fact that she felt as though they were looking down on her, and then she had a moment where she had to get up and walk away. Dr. Simone took her over to the bathroom and
Yep.
kind of talked her through. She's like, "These are a tough group of ladies, and you got to
Mhm.
have some thick skin, girl. You got to be in it to win it, girl." So I love the fact that Dr. Simone took her to the side and
Yes.
gave her a little
It's
bit
very
of a
nice of
pep
her.
talk because she really did need that. And I'm glad Dr. Simone recognized that Sweet Tea seemed to be
Yes.
in a state of negativity. And I also love the fact that Dr. Jackie apologized for bringing up Quad and the other things that Sweet Tea was
Mhm.
complaining about. And it seemed like Dr. Jackie was one of the only ones that was apologizing besides Toya. Dr. Heavenly, I feel as though she did apologize, but I don't know if it's necessarily that sincere. Dr. Heavenly actually out the gate was giving Sweet Tea the rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
This and that. I can't remember what her questions were.
Just talking
But
about the whole thing with being a part of that group on
yeah,
Facebook.
right,
As if it were
exactly.
therapy or something like that. Like, girl,
Yeah,
it's just a
exactly.
Facebook
So
group.
right. So what did you guys think of this whole scene all together? All the ladies together for the most part, except for Quad, getting together, and the fact that Miss Sweet Tea's tag, her price tag
I
was
was finna go there, Jonathan.
showing
I
in
was
the
finna go there.
bag.
Even
Okay.
my husband was like, they didn't notice the tag when she got up before. How come they just noticing the tag now? And I was like, I
Right.
don't know how these production people did whatever. But by them looking at the tag and then they tell me, oh, she gonna return the dress. She gonna return the dress. Listen, y'all, there we go again with that materialistic behavior. And here again, Sweet Tea, I don't care if you are on television. Simon Cowell was on the show that he did. How many seasons? What's the show Simon Cowell was on? Uh,
American Idol.
American Idol.
American and all those other stuff with a black T-shirt on.
Yes.
A black T-shirt. Okay, and Randy didn't even have. He always had T-shirts with a jacket. So be
Yeah.
comfortable comfortable with what you are wearing. You can make a
Right.
statement for all of us out here that don't want to buy that stuff. To think that even I'm not gonna say she was gonna return the item. I don't know what her plans were. Maybe she bought a new dress because she wanted to look nice, knew the cameras are gonna be rolling, wanted to have something pricey, go out there, spend it with the ladies, and put it on and forgot to take the tag off. I thought it was really, to me, this is just my opinion, mean that the ladies were like, oh, she got the tag and she gonna take the dress back. And so, because even if you thought that, you are on national television and that scene will stay forever. And so it says a lot to these young women that are out here trying to come up in the world, get into these groups, to think that they have to do this kind of thing, go out and buy stuff that they can't afford, and then go back and return it after they've worn it. And I don't want people to do that. I want people to be comfortable with what they have. Just be
Right.
comfortable. And they can't be that way unless other women allow them and tell them, listen, we're fine. We're fine with it. Just, you're okay. Just come as you are. But
Right.
I think the girls were being mean girls a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I didn't like that part.
Especially the way Heavenly laughed.
Yeah.
But I
But
will
what else
have
do you
to
expect
say,
from Heavenly though?
not much.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you,
But
Latoya.
I will have to say I did not like that dress at all. It looked like 2003 to me, that dress itself.
I didn't vote
Um,
for the dress either, but it's
thank
what
you.
you wanted.
I feel like, she needs a little assistance. She's still dressed like she's in Texas.
And you know what? Even if she
That's
does,
very true.
that's her.
Yeah.
That's her. And so
Right.
come on now. The people that I love to see when they're out there dressing because they're so confident in who they are the goth dressers. People who are goth dressers,
The
because
emo and stuff.
they don't
Yeah.
care. That's the way they want to wear their clothes. That's the way they want to put their makeup on. And they walk around and they find other people that are like it and they stick to those groups and they're comfortable in that. So I just want her to be comfortable. Now, I get what Light of the Leo is saying. Some of the outfits may be like, come on, it's a little too dated. I
Yeah.
get it. Even my husband sometimes will tell me, like, you sure you like that? You like what you're wearing? And then that's my cue. That's my cue.
Right. Okay, to go change, honey.
That's my cue. But he's not gonna tell me, ooh, look at that.
Because there's
Oh.
love in it. Ain't no love in what they're doing over there.
But that's
Right.
Um,
part of the Leo. They need to say it with some love. Put some love into it. Well, you know what, girl? I think you would look nicer in maybe this or that.
and
Right.
everything can be elevated. I'm not saying that what she likes
Yes.
is wrong. I'm just saying that there's an opportunity for elevation in every style.
Absolutely. Even RuPaul said on RuPaul's Drag Race, if you're going to wear H&M on the runway, spruce it up. Okay, bedazzle the heck
Exactly.
out of it. Okay,
Okay,
make it
do what
look
you
like
gotta
it
do.
don't look like it come from H&M. Okay, do
I
a
love
little
that.
razzle dazzle to it.
Do a little razzle dazzle. So Latoya said they act like Toya isn't educated. She used to be a pharmaceutical rep. Okay, thank you. I love that. Latoya said, Regina, they'll never do that. When we were talking about the ladies, I guess, in their clothing.
Okay.
Latoya said, Dr. Jackie made a shady comment too. Yeah, Dr. Jackie.
She did. You
Yeah.
you can't keep it until you got Big Daddy's money. I think she said something along those lines.
Something like that. Felicia said production zoomed in. You know them shady producers.
Of
They were
course. Why
trying to get the
not?
price.
They were doing their
trying to
job.
get the price. The producers were trying to get the price. That's what they were trying to do.
That's probably what they were trying to do. Exactly.
Latoya says she needs a stylist or consult with Toya. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I think that would be a great idea, Latoya, for her to consult with Toya. Go over to Toya and say, listen, Toya, I want to wrap up my clothes. What can we do?
Just take things to the
Right.
next level.
Great.
And
Hey,
I
Madeline.
mean,
Thank you for
hi,
being here.
Madeline. And there's
Hello.
always one thing that you can always look at. Look at the first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta versus the most recent one.
Thank
Yes.
you.
That's
Yes.
all we can say.
Right.
Thank you. Felicia said, I also think confidence plays a part because
Absolutely.
I was on target. Yes.
Absolutely.
Felicia, confidence does play a part in that.
Right.
Thank
But
you so much, Latoya. Click like.
even as she was even as she was sitting down in that chair beside like she was just cowering into the seat, and
Right.
you can see it. That's why it's just difficult for me to watch. She
Yeah.
needs a hand to hold in the situation, and then
And I'm glad Dr. Simone was there for
yeah,
her.
Right.
absolutely.
Because y'all remember Dr. Simone was that girl that could not dress. Remember? You
Yeah.
know, when they first started out, Dr. Simone was her. And Dr. Jackie was trying to help her with her wardrobe, you know,
Mhm.
but she was that girl. So I think she knows, you know, she just wants to show her support for
Somebody needs to, because
Exactly. And before we move on to Housewives of Potomac, I must give a shout out to Quad and her showing off her new man. I thought he was a very attractive looking, age appropriate man for her. The picture was a little dark, so we really couldn't see him for real, and she wouldn't give us his name, so he's probably not going to
this
appear
gentleman.
on this season. But
I love it,
I'm
gentlemen.
very happy for Quad, and I hope that she's happy as well.
Absolutely.
Is she still with him? I did not check her Instagram or anything like that. I don't
I
know.
don't know, but she
Time
said
can
there's
only
there's
tell.
she said they're still in the early stages of their relationship. So, well, she didn't even consider it a relationship in the confessional. But she just has a new man on her arm. So,
Well, I hope it does work out for her too, because I do want Quad to be in a good relationship and a loving relationship and a lasting relationship, because everybody
right,
wants to go through that. But I just don't want Quad to continue to marry men for one of the reasons that Sweet Tea said, to have access to the bank account. I'm hoping that that's not
right.
what happened. But anyway, Latoya said Dr. Heavenly still cannot dress.
Facts.
But you know what? I think the reason why people really don't talk about it is because they love her mouth so much. And so they let
Mhm.
her slide with the style. I've honestly never really noticed Dr. Heavenly's style. I do like the dresses that she has on during the reunions, but as far as her day-to-day thing, if she's not
Mm-mm.
in scrubs, I'm honestly not a paying
I
attention.
didn't like what she was wearing, what she wore to the event.
Yeah,
I didn't
Okay.
like
and
that.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
I
even
didn't like
remember what she was wearing.
the little belt on it. I was like, she
What
coulda
is that? Is it
that off.
shorts? Is it a dress? Like, what is that?
I didn't. I don't know.
And I didn't
Felicia
even like the
said
color.
Quasman was a tall glass of chocolate,
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Whomever he may be.
Absolutely.
and we'll get this comment and then move on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Latoya said, it's giving Giselle to me. Ooh,
Very much so.
oh, okay, all right.
But
That
you know, all she need she don't need to do nothing with her body, Miss Sweet Tea. All you gotta do is just wear the right flattering clothes on you. I'm sure she
and
Yeah,
looks just
undergarments.
fine. Is it? She don't even need the undergarments unless it's like a gown. She don't need to
well,
wear that
she
to do
does.
regular clothes.
I will have to say this, Sweet Tea. She does need the right undergarments, because when she was in the kitchen and Dr. G came home and
Yes,
Mhm.
went to meet him and everything was bouncing all over the place, my husband was like, "What is that?"
I
And
bet
I
she think it's
Right.
cute too.
I said,
Yeah.
"Babe, she needs to go to Livy Ray, because Livy Ray is right there in Atlanta.
Wrong size, baby.
Best bra company you can get." Listen, they had their own show. They were real good. Right there in Atlanta. You need to go to Livy Ray. And also, while you're there getting your bras, you can get your nice underwear to work out also, because Sweet Tea, we helping you. We over here, we with love. We helping you.
Right.
So it's all in love. It's all in love. And listen, we all don't listen. I go out sometime and I'll be like, this ain't right. You know?
Right.
So we all have been there. But being on television, I don't care about the labels, but
Yeah.
that scene with the boobies everywhere, that was
Mhm.
that for my husband to say something, I was like, child.
Ooh, Lord. But
And something tells me she doesn't understand that that's not attractive.
no.
Because
No.
again, Light of the Leo, like you said, maybe in Texas it was.
Right.
Right. That part I can totally agree. Yes. Latoya said, why does her boobs keep popping out? It's the wrong bra. It's the wrong
It ain't
bra.
the right one.
And,
Right.
and when you're wearing shorts, wear a thong, girl. Yes.
Please,
Okay.
Wear
We
a
do not need
thong
to see
or
no panty
none,
lines.
or none. You could wear
or
either,
Right.
none.
or either just wear a longer shirt.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Felicia said,
But then how
"Sweet
you gonna see the
Tea
shorts?
ain't paying us no mind." That's how she got Dr. G. She is paying us mind. You know why? Because when she had that talk with Simone, it was more than just I'm overwhelmed about the wedding. It was more than that. It was
Yeah.
because she came out and she said y'all were like mean girls. because they were trying to give her some conversations about some stuff. So
Oh, and last thing, I do think it is low key ridiculous that she believes that everybody's going to stop talking about their castmate around her, though it is
Mm,
her husband to be's at the time,
you have to expect that.
ex-wife. We can't we're not going to be able to get past that. Okay,
no,
she's not only on the show, but
on the
she's a friend of
show,
ours that we've known for years. How can we not
right?
talk about her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's just asking a little bit too much.
I think
I
she
was
did
like,
expect it. I don't think she knew that it would be to the extent that it was. Although I
Hmm.
didn't think that they took it too far with Quad because they
Yeah,
really
I
honestly
don't
just
think
mentioned
so.
her name.
yeah,
But I think she should have expected it.
But you guys remember now we're only seeing a short portion of each of these scenes. So
yeah.
Right.
they may have said more in the other scenes, and maybe that's what Sweet Tea is looking at. But again, if I were her and they would bring up Quad, I would just be like, yeah, the ex. You know,
Right.
Mhm.
I would be fine because he's not with her anymore and he was with
Exactly.
her. And these are her friends or were still her friend. So I get the conversation going to be had. And I'm not going to be around her old friends and be like, y'all talking about her too much. No, just accept
No.
it and
Right.
move on. You're going home to Dr. G. Don't give it no life. Don't give it
Exactly.
any life. Mm-mm.
Exactly. So on to Housewives of Potomac. What's the new girl's name? Is it Mika?
Yeah, I think it's
It's NECA.
Neka.
NECA, NECA. Okay, so I have to say our introduction to NECA, I did like it. However, I do not like the shade of lipstick. It is too dark of a red. I'm sorry, that red does not
Or
match with
Neka.
your skin tone. Yes, for NECA. I'm sorry, I hate that red lipstick. It's just the wrong shade of red. I don't know if red would really work for her, but I don't like the red. Anyways, I will, however, like to say that I am fond of her husband, Mike. Mike is very,
Yeah.
very nice looking. He reminds me of Eddie, to be honest. He looks a lot like Eddie to me. To be honest,
Yes.
I think Mike looks a little
He
bit better,
nice.
but that's another story. But anyway, so it was nice to see NECA and her husband. They're planning on having kids, so it sounds like they want twins. And so they were with the contractor, and she had her dog in her hand, and what I'm saying. So we had a nice introduction to NECA. Did you guys like the conversation between Karen and Mia at the top of the show where they were trying to iron out what it is that they were going through? And Karen wanted to say, okay, girl code, we don't bring up rumors, although Karen has been guilty of
Of
talking
doing the
about
same
rumors in the past.
thing.
But, what did you guys think about that?
Let me say this first because Neka, um, she was all right. I think she's a cute girl, but I do want to say this part because I don't want to miss this part because y'all know I do real estate and I'm always catching this stuff.
Uh-huh.
So when Neka was talking about, oh, we were trying to get the loan, and they were and people with financial, what did she say, family history, wealth, or whatever, family
G-
wealth, or whatever,
generational wealth.
generational wealth.
Yes.
People with generational wealth, I didn't know that the lender was going to need to know the information about all the other properties we have, and I was like, girl.
Come on.
So you know what that means? If a lender asks you about all your other properties that you have, it's either because you have mortgages on them and they showed up as a debt on your credit, and it has to do with your debt to income ratio, and they need to make sure that you can pay for those homes as well as the new home, or they just wanted to find out what equity you have. But more than likely, if a lender is pulling up and asking you, what about this property? What about that property? It's because they need to make sure that your income is enough to suffice for all those properties. And being that she did get the property, it's okay. But when she had that scene talking about some generational wealth and then naming all these homes, I was like, okay, here come Monique Samuels. Here she go.
And she thinks that she
Girl.
has some homes in Africa. She thinks she has some
Yeah, I
homes
thought
in
that was kind of
Africa.
weird too.
I
Just
would,
a
I
few
would,
homes, I think.
Yeah.
right.
Like,
I would think you would know whether you have
Mm.
properties in
and as far
another
as the lip,
continent.
I enjoyed the lip. I had no problem with her lip color. I had no problem with that.
Phoebe said,
Um,
handshake friend.
okay, and did y'all read all of those
Hey,
different
Andy,
Hey, did y'all read all of those different what's the thing?
handshakes.
The handshake friend.
Yes, yes.
Like, I loved every bit of it. Production, you guys did an amazing job with all those different handshakes. But though I do own up to everything that I do, especially if it was wrong in somebody else's eyes, I have no problem with saying I'm sorry. But
Mhm.
with Karen, I'm the same as Karen. We can work back up to that hug.
Right,
That's
exactly.
true.
And that's some grown woman-ish right there. That's some
Okay.
grown woman-ish all day long, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think she's a cute girl. I think her husband. I love his voice. He cracks me up. He was like,
Oh,
I want
yes, I love to hear him talk.
long
Oh,
talk,
Lord
long,
have
long
mercy.
talk. Yes, long talk. I love his voice,
Ooh,
and
yes,
I think he's gonna be good. I hope we get to see more of him as we go along.
absolutely. More of
On
him, less of
Okay.
Nika.
yes. Oh my God. Less of Nick. Oh my
I'm not
God.
sure how I feel about NECA. It's just the
I
vibe
don't
that
like
she
her.
gives off of, the
You don't?
whole
No, because she's coming
no.
for Wendy.
It's
No,
this whole
absolutely.
thing, I'm
Absolutely
here
not.
and you're
No,
here.
no.
No.
She's not going. She's not coming for Wendy. That was all made up by Ashley. Ashley did all that mess. Ashley went in there and go have a conversation with Wendy, and she turned everything around that NECA was saying. NECA wasn't trying to come for Wendy.
Regina,
It
I don't know if you saw the
okay.
preview for the next episode. NECA said that Wendy's mother called her brother or some relative of hers, and for some reason she came to the conclusion that Wendy's mother was some type of voodoo priestess of
Yeah,
some
because
sort.
that's alleged because of what conversation they had at Ashley's house. Because Ashley told NECA Ashley told Wendy all this mess. She took it out of perspective. When NECA was saying that as far as like all the stuff about Wendy, she was not saying it in a negative way. I don't think she wasn't. I don't think she was saying it in a negative way. I
To
think
Jennifer,
no.
to
Mm-mm.
find perspective, let's go back.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go back. Okay.
So as they were having the conversation, right? They kept
Yeah.
on going back to the video of the conversations.
Mhm.
So
between
we
Ashley and NECA, yes.
between
Right.
Ashley and NECA. So
Yes.
as we look at the conversation, it doesn't look like she was trying to dig on her,
No,
but
she
it
wasn't
still
trying to
was
go
not
for Wendy.
positive. There was
No,
nothing
not at all.
positive about going on
But you
in
guys
this
know
Nothing.
how
conversation.
Ashley does. Y'all know how Ashley was trying to bring up stuff to try and make NECA to be in that position to do that dirty stuff.
Well,
But
NECA's words didn't help.
Regina, it sounds as if you are totally negating everything that NECA said out
Okay,
of her
let's
mouth,
go
as
over
if
what
she didn't
let's go
say
over
it.
what she said. Let's go over what she said. Let's go over what she said. I can't
So
remember everything, but let's go over what she said.
So NECA did say something about Ashley mentioned something about Wendy's family and them being in some type of tribe of some sort. I don't know
Right,
exactly what that was, and
right.
NECA explained what
Also,
that was
Mm-hmm,
in their continent. Of
mm-hmm.
course, that wasn't a part of it, but there were some other things that she had to say. You know, PhD. Also, she's what does she call it? A
Okay,
physio
a
philosophy.
doctor of philosophy.
philosophy. Yes,
Now let's
philosopher.
talk about that.
Was that not shade?
No, I don't. I
What?
did not see that as shade. I did not see that as shade because remember the cultural differences. I think she was saying, "Oh, so she's not a medical doctor; she's a doctor of philosophy." That's what I think. She was. She had to define she's not a medical doctor. What? Okay, what other doctor do you want her to say?
She already knew that she wasn't a medical doctor.
I don't think she was being shady. Y'all tell me in the comment if y'all think she was being shady because I
Regina,
don't
I
know.
cannot with you making all these excuses for NECA. I see we're going to be
Because
going
I
through
think
this
it's
the
just
entire
because of
season.
Wendy. That's what I think.
That's exactly what it is. That's
No,
exactly what
no,
it is. Thank you,
no.
Jennifer, for pointing that out.
I'm actually taking up for Wendy because I really think Wendy knew what Ashley was calling her in there for to have a conversation, and I really was kind of upset with Wendy that for just not regarding NECA. But when she was having a conversation with Ashley, first of all, she knew her and Ashley were not on good terms before. She knew
Right.
when Ashley called her in there that Ashley was going to have something to say to her. And what I would have expected for Wendy to do is go in, not speak, but listen. But Wendy went in and she had all this stuff, Ashley, I like in this, blah, 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 blah. And Ashley all along just sitting there like, okay, when she finished, I'm gonna let her have it. I
But
really wish Wendy would have been quiet, but also Wendy, you know how Ashley is. So why would you go so hard in believing everything that Ashley was saying? That's my
here's
thought.
here's my thing. I'm so glad that Wendy told Ashley that she got her number. Okay, I don't want you to get in good with me just so you can backstab me a week later. Because that's what Ashley does. That is Ashley's MO. That's exactly what she does. I thought Wendy went into that conversation with the most positivity, congratulating Ashley on her new
laying the
home.
ground.
She's laying the groundwork. That's exactly what Wendy was doing. And
As
I
you
love
should.
the fact that Wendy went into that conversation with the most positivity
She
on her
did.
mind and not come in all, hyped up and
Sassy.
stuff like that. Now, I will say also that I enjoyed the fact that Wendy went and hugged Ashley. Then she went and hugged Cherise, left Giselle and Mia just standing there. I love that. I really did love that because Wendy is not going to fake the funk with you. She's not going to smile in your
What's the
face
point?
and then talk about you and stab you behind your back. I also love the fact that when Dominique or whoever that friend is, that Muppet friend is that Ashley has, when she came into the house, I'm so glad that she said, "Oh, I didn't know this was a kids' party." You know what I'm saying? Because of course she had stuff to say about Mr. Happy Eddie. So I'm living for
get that.
Wendy.
You want to talk about my husband?
I am living for
Yeah.
Wendy in this moment, and I love that she did not go into that conversation with Ashley the way that she could have.
Well, I agree with you on that, Jonathan. Yes, I love the way that she did not go in. But what I was saying was I would have preferred for Wendy to wait, stay silent, let Ashley say what she had to say, and then say what she had to say. Because what she actually did was Wendy told her all those beautiful things about her, and then Ashley told her all this negative stuff, and then she got Wendy mad. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to listen. Okay, let me hear what you have to say. Because you have to think, would Wendy have said all those things after, if Ashley would have spoke first? Would she still have said all those wonderful things?
But would Wendy not have still gotten mad after
Either
hearing what
way.
Ashley said?
She was.
And we also would not have been able to hear the fact that it's not like they're in each other's face all the time.
Right.
We want to try to cultivate something. I invited you here, but you didn't come. Okay,
Right.
yeah. Hearing all those things helps us to further understand the dynamic between those two.
Right.
So I believe her saying what she needed to say to get all that out because she knows it's going to be some foolishness, as we all know.
Exactly.
We can go to the pleasantries and let people see, like, look, I'm trying with you. I've been trying with you, as you can see, but it just didn't work. Now, I enjoyed all the moments with Wendy in this space, except what she was wearing. My God, she looked like a linebacker, guys. I did not like it.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. Yeah, it wasn't the best. But
a linebacker. Those it was too much.
It was
because she's already has a really great build to her.
She works out, obviously.
Like Karen said, she slithers. So
yeah,
it's too much.
I did not like the boots either. That was horrible. Those white, ugly cheerleading boots was horrible, and she probably paid a lot of money for them. It was.
I bet.
I'm sure she did.
But Ashley was starting mess. Ashley was starting mess because that's what Ashley does, and that's why Ashley gets to stay on the show, because she would just start mess. She doesn't care, and I think she was awful that she did that she put Wendy in that position
and created it to be a negative position, and I can see that, but because anybody looking at it, if you're talking about somebody that you're supposed to not really know like that, and speaking on them in that fashion, it would look away, especially when it's being heard secondhand.
Right. Andy B said Nika doesn't have a PhD, so yes, that's gonna be Dr. Wendy. She did.
Okay, let him know.
Okay, that's how you will. And Wendy said in the confessional, that's how she will address me. Okay. Yes. But I wanted to talk about the ladies working out. I think it was Karen, Giselle, Ashley, and Mia. And during this conversation, Giselle suggested to Karen that she apologize to Ashley, not to Ashley, but to Robin for the rumor that she said about the blonde in DC. And do you think that Karen owes Robin an apology? I personally don't think that she does, but that's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
You think that Karen owes who an apology?
Robin an apology for the rumor that she was talking about last season about the blonde that looks like her in DC?
I don't think she owes her an apology because it is alleged that there was a woman that exists. I think if Karen owed her any form of apology, it would be that she was not standing by her as a 100% friend. But then, Robin, you came for Karen too,
She definitely did. Called her a liar. Yes.
So you came for Karen, and y'all know Karen gonna come for you. Even Karen will hold on to the truth until it's time for her to spill it.
Right.
And that's
Exactly.
exactly
Okay.
what she did. So if she owes her any type of apology, it would be simply because I wasn't really that friend that you thought I should have been to you. But she should have just came out and just said what it was.
Right. So do you guys think that Robin will apologize to Karen for the
Robin
things
No.
that
doesn't
she said?
apologize to
No.
anybody.
When did she
Mm,
apologize? Who has she
I've
apologized
not
to
seen her
ever?
apologize.
never.
Mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm.
And as long shoot, she need to apologize to herself first. That's the apology tour that she needs to be on. But
Yeah.
She got
child,
Robin. She's unhappy. She's saying y'all they already took my joy. Robin, no, they didn't take your joy. You gave it to them.
Right. Yeah.
There's
come
a
on.
Yeah.
difference. There's a difference in somebody taking your joy and you literally giving your joy to them. Robin wants to blame everybody for a situation that she
Come
herself,
on.
I believe, knows exists.
Of course she does.
Robin, I believe, is the one that's living in her own untruth. Robin,
hmm
Amen.
you guys broke up before when you first divorced. Why? Allegations of cheating. So this isn't something new, Robin.
Right.
And Robin's trying to say the whole world is trying to break us up. No, Robin, the whole world is actually trying to save you.
Exactly. And speaking of
Right.
Robin and Juan had this little had this little scene together. And
Child.
of course, Juan told us the same thing that Robin has told us. I don't care. So do you think that this is where Robin is getting it from? She's getting
Of
it from Juan.
course.
Right. Yeah.
Giving us the wand treatment.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. And
Exactly.
but
Because
let's be real.
it's clear that Robin is being affected by this.
Yeah,
It's
she
clear that
cares.
she does care.
Yeah.
Cause she has to walk into every scene with her armor and her knife,
Yeah.
her sword, and with her
Right.
breastplate on, so she won't get stabbed again. Like
E-
it's a
Exactly.
serious situation, and she's coming in having to be on defense
Yes.
because like I'm just ready for all the conversation. It's like, and then trying to make it seem as when she was talking to Juan, that bothered my whole Shondo too. When she was talking to Juan about how everybody wants her to be bad, like nobody said that.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody
You're
wants
right,
you to
Latoya.
prioritize yourself.
Right.
That's it.
Love
And that's
yourself
what
and
the
put
whole
yourself first.
That's what the whole world is looking at for Robin. Robin, we really just want you to be protected. And if Robin, and here's the thing, Robin wants to talk mess about everybody, but then
Child.
when it comes to us about her situation, she wants us to leave her alone. Robin, you can't do all of that stuff will come back to you, Robin. It will come
Right.
back to
As
you.
it is now.
Right. And here's the one thing and right, Latoya, Juan took her joy. You're right, Latoya, right.
Agreed.
Here's the part when they were in the kitchen and Juan and her were talking, and Juan was like, "Well, they want you to get mad," and then the producer put up the mad meter, and
Right.
Juan was like, "Well, get mad,
Robin,
Robin,
get mad. Get mad. Oh,
get
God,
mad, get mad."
child. Oh,
He's like, "What can we say to get you to get mad? Get mad, Robin." I thought of the scene where she had the umbrella on Ashley's. Was it Ashley's neck or whose neck she had the umbrella on?
I think
I,
it might have been
Or
Ashley.
Monique?
I'm not exactly sure.
Monique.
I think it was Ashley or Monique.
Yeah, Monique, one of those two. Well, why didn't you get mad like that, Robin? I mean, get mad. Like Juan kept saying, get mad, get mad. Robin is hurt and she
Mhm.
knows where that hurt is coming from, but she's deflecting it in every position except where it needs to be directed at. When those cameras go off, I would love to see what the conversations are really happening
Right.
To
between
be
her and
honest,
Juan.
I feel like the conversations kind of run the same because he has to put stories in her head so that she can regurgitate them to other people because things don't look right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It sounds, I'm
So
sure it sounds a whole lot like manipulation.
absolutely. And
Whole
I
lot of
believe
manipulation.
that everything that she's been saying from the beginning to now has been the words of Juan.
And
Exactly.
she's accepting. And here's the thing, Latoya, thanks. She said, Robin has lost herself in Juan many years ago, and she doesn't know
Yeah.
how to find her way back. And I think a lot of that is allegedly. I think that Robin is not secure in who she is as a woman.
Apparently.
hmm
To know Robin, you can get whoever you want. She's been with Juan since they were in high school.
Right.
So she may not have the confidence to know I can get somebody else and be happy with all these people.
Or to find somebody else.
hmm
Right, right. I feel bad for Robin,
Me too.
only because she is really hurt and she's deflecting
Very much so.
all on her friends and all of that. And actually between Robin this season and Juan, I'm really hoping that this is their last season on the show. Robin and Juan, because they need to really do some self-reflecting, self-healing. And I think Robin, thank you, Holy Spirit, that's it. I think Robin will keep playing the role as long as the cameras are rolling.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I don't think she's going to really get herself to a better
Amen.
place. She's going to keep playing this role
Mhm.
while the cameras are rolling. And I don't think she's going to change until those cameras stop rolling and she's going to have to live in her truth.
And I feel like the reason why she's not going to go anywhere is for the need of money. I think that I don't think
It's part of the role play.
she's going to
Yeah.
leave because of that.
Right. Exactly. And then the last thing that I wanted to speak on really quickly, just really, really quick and short. Karen and Charisse, they both come to Ashley's housewarming, and they come in similar outfits, much like the first episode of the last season. Now there was no tiff, there was no kerfuffle between the two. I don't even remember them talking or even
They were just
acknowledging each other's
coexisting.
existence.
Right.
But how do you guys feel about Karen and Charisse? Do you think we're going to get more drama with them this season? It seems like we're going to see more of Charisse this season. This is the second episode in a row that she's been on, and we're seeing Charisse again. So I don't know if I'm happy about that.
I'm gonna have to say who wore it better.
Karen.
The Grand
Okay.
Dame, are you kidding me?
Thank
Okay.
you.
She had the
we all
best
can
color.
agree on that.
The
We
best.
all can
And
totally
the
agree on
she
that.
was so she was the best in that space. And child,
I will have to say though, I'm not a fan of her new wig with the blonde
Me
streaks in the
neither.
front.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I don't. I'm
Neither
sorry.
am
I
I.
don't like
I
it.
am not. I'm not a fan of that. I think that was too much. I'm not a fan of that other one, Jonathan. I know you like. I don't like it. It looks like Rami.
The curly one, now that I've seen it again, I understand why you don't like it, and I don't like it as much as I liked it last week. I still do like it, a little bit, but I see what you mean.
maybe because it's
So,
something different.
yes, we've really never seen a good curly frizzy type of do on Karen
Maybe.
before. So I think it's not.
Yeah, we
being
only saw it on
trendy.
Ashley with her natural hair.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
for the Grand Dame, I just thought it was a little bit too high. If she wasn't so high, I think I would have been able to tolerate it just a little bit more. But it was a bit much to me. But I wanted to ask you guys: do y'all think that Robin is going to try to come for anybody else this season?
If she knows better, then she would not. If she
Okay.
knows if she know no
If she knows-
good, okay, then she would refrain from talking mess about these other ladies.
Wait, but let's talk about Candace real quick about her and her unfinished room that she put in the front
Office.
for her.
Right,
studio
and the
area.
fact that she refuses to bring Drew to her
Yes.
Chicago show.
Now I
You know
want to know
what?
what is that? What is that?
Okay, I think, now she said, now her manager came in and he's like, okay, let's ask Drew to come with us again, and do the show. And she was like, and I looked at him like, okay, what is going on, Candace? So when they were talking, she was like, well, I sold out. So I don't think I need to go that route anymore. So I'm thinking that she don't want to share the spotlight with anybody and that she's thinking that she can sell out these places on her own and don't have to share the spotlight with anybody else. That's my thought.
Jennifer, go ahead,
Jonathan.
and I'm gonna go after you, Jennifer, because I got something to say.
Now that you said that, things are making sense. I didn't realize they said, because y'all know I don't have be paying attention. I 75% pay attention.
Mhm.
More like 80. But anywho,
Okay.
so now that you've said that, it sounds like she was told that she should bring Drew up on there
She
because
was. Her manager
would
was talking to her
bring-
and suggested it.
so that was never her idea. She never
No.
wanted to be with anybody. And
Right.
she says, now that I'm selling out, why would I need her? Well, like y'all said, that I needed her. So,
Right.
okay, it
That's
makes
my
sense
thought.
now.
Mhm,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, I took that from Candace as she doesn't want to give any handouts. That's how I took it. That she doesn't want to give any handouts to this artist who's obviously not doing as good as she's doing.
I don't think so.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think so.
I
Because
kinda-
I think they were saying that she needed basically somebody else to show up and put it on the ticket to
Another
get more people to
superstar.
come there.
Right, so other people can show
Exactly.
up
Another
to
big
sell out.
name.
She don't believe she needs another name up there for her to be able. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah, maybe if you say handout, but Drew is doing okay on her own. She does have her singles that are out, so she's doing okay on her own. I don't know. Are you trying to insinuate, Jonathan, that Drew is a little beneath Candace?
A
Is that what
little.
you're insinuating?
Thank you, Jennifer. More than a little, honey. What did you see
What are
that
you? What are we
performance that she
saying?
did on
What are we talking about?
the last season of Housewives of Atlanta
What are we talking
for
about here?
Candace's get together, child?
Okay, like Candace, she's been on tour.
Been on
That's
tour.
number one. Number two, yes, she may have not had a major label signing, but
Yeah,
she's a part of a
she's probably
label.
gonna get it. Mhm.
And she's had a
Yeah,
full album out, a full
a full
even a
album.
re-release of that album.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
feel
we've
like
been getting
she don't
a
want to
lot of
share
here
the
or
point.
there from Drew.
Here
So,
and there.
Y'all. Now listen, I'm not a huge Drew fan, but I
but
can't
have we
let
not?
y'all do this to Drew. Drew is listen. She was doing it back in the day. She may not be doing it as much now, but we ain't gonna do the OG like that.
Hold
We
on,
ain't
hold
gonna
on.
do Drew like that now.
Slow down. Slow down. If we were talking about acting, we'd absolutely be able to say she's on a whole nother level. Okay.
Exactly.
It's the
Exactly.
music part that
Right.
Candace has surpassed her in. Not saying that she's any better. She's just gone a little bit farther in her journey
I tried to save
than
Drew. I tried.
ain't no saving. It's just truth.
Right. We
We
sticking to
ain't
the
mad.
topic at hand, and the topic at hand is music. Okay.
Me,
And
I think Candace should have maybe had that conversation off camera because you never know when the roles will turn.
she don't
And
care.
no, she
if
don't.
Candace ever goes down and you need to call on somebody, it may not be Drew, but somebody else may look at that and be like, no, I don't like how you handled that whole thing. I don't like how you handled that scenario because in business, and y'all know how that world is
Absolutely.
Mhm.
with music industry and stuff like that, people look at this stuff and they may shun you for conversations and stuff that you have about other people. It may not have nothing to do with them, but they'll look back at that and be like, no, that's okay. So you gotta be careful with if I were Candace, I would not have had that conversation on camera.
hmm So
Not
yeah, I do agree.
Mm-mm.
Though
Mhm.
it is the truth, it did not have to be said in such a public forum.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not lying, but you didn't have to say it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
ain't have to
Yeah.
say it like
You
that.
didn't have to come out with it. Okay.
No.
But we all know how Candace is. We know how her mouth runs.
She
We
wants
know
her
how she
space.
be. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she's just being who she really is authentically. And
And you
I
got that right,
appreciate that
Jonathan.
about her. I really
Her
do.
mouth runs.
It
Ooh.
does.
And they like to cash checks.
Right.
I'm
Chicks.
That a booty can't
right
cash.
checks that she can't cash.
Right.
And for all we know, with that thing that she said about Drew, it might have been yet another check that might not be able to make it to the bank.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like that's the part that I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh,
You
we
gotta
get that.
Yes.
You got
But she wasn't lying.
Right. Exactly. So how do you think Candace is going to be with all the other girls this season? Because
Child, who
it
knows?
seems like her only ally in this situation, well, her only two allies really are Wendy and Karen.
Oh, you
And
forgetting
so
one?
who?
Her husband.
Child. Anyways, so how do you think that all of these girls together are going to be able to blend? Because I see fireworks all over the place.
Yeah. I don't know.
7 women, all these, like half of them don't like each other. Half of them literally don't like each other.
Yeah, I think first of all, I want to say this about Nika and Wendy. I hope they get that all resolved because it would be really beautiful to see two Igbo women, African women. I don't know what their tribes are from, but
Both
two
Nigerian
Igbo
women.
Nigerian women on the scene, showing the wonderful works that they're doing. I think that would be a come up, and it can also be a segue to a new Housewives series, the Nigerian Housewives, something like that, or whatever. I don't know. It could be a segue to a whole nother show. So I would love to see something like that if they can get that together. But
You know it ain't gonna happen, right?
I know, but I'm
I hope you
trying,
know
Wendy.
Well,
that.
they do
I'm
have the
trying to be
Johannesburg.
nice for you, Wendy. But all the other ladies getting together, we just gonna have to wait and see. Mia, poor thing, Mia. I keep looking at Mia and I'm like, oh Lord, all the mess that done happened.
I've
And
come
she
to
lost
realize
her
I don't
daughter.
like Mia. I've
I
come to
never
really
did
see
like
that.
her.
I
I
don't
never
like
did
her at
like her.
all. I wasn't really paying attention last season. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was because I had to halfway for y'all.
I
But
think it is.
I'm actually watching this, And like now it's like, I don't like this woman.
I
I
will
think
say
Mia
I
likes
do
the
live for
replay.
Mia's fashions though.
Oh yeah,
Mia
she's cute.
be
She's cute.
dressing like that
Yeah.
yellow get up that she had in Ashley's housewarming was gorgeous.
She's very cute, but you know what? She drove her man out of house and home. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I
Yeah,
think this might be her last season.
I
I
hope it
would
is.
say because she doesn't really have a storyline now.
and she had
No,
the
she
nerve to
doesn't.
say something about
About
Meghan's
Ashley's,
home.
she said, "Where's the beach?" Like,
No,
girl,
yeah, talking about this little girl, Mia. You
girl.
went
Like,
from
girl, do you have a place?
1,500 square feet. You
Okay,
went 1,500.
glass
Don't do
houses,
it
Mia,
like
glass
that.
houses.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And
Don't
we,
do
and we and we over here trying to be bi-coastal. Child, please.
that.
Bi-coastal on the East Coast.
Lord.
And,
That
I
doesn't mean
cannot.
two houses on the same coast.
Oh my.
anyways, that's all I got for this week of reality. Y'all got anything else?
Yay.
I didn't have nothing else about these housewives of Potomac. It started slow. I just we gonna see. We gonna see.
We
But
We
gotta
gonna
see,
get into
yeah.
the mess, y'all. That's for
I'm
sure.
yeah,
excited though. This
yeah,
this is pretty good.
yeah.
Oh, and just to make sure y'all know, Regina, wait, I took the note here. I am going to make sure to move forward with my show today on rest
Yes, you guys.
because you requested it.
Yes, I did. I did. I want you to do that. Latoya said Sharice needs to go too.
Yes.
And
Why
and
is she
Why
here?
is she here?
Latoya saying, let's
Why?
pray for Katie Ross, y'all. I don't know who is
Who's
Katie
Katie
Ross.
Ross?
I don't know who
Kate,
that
isn't Kate? Wasn't she on Housewives of Potomac?
was. She is that Kate?
Isn't that the
Yes,
model? The model
that's
Kate,
Kate.
Tell us what's going
the
on with
drug addict.
Katie.
Ain't
Yeah,
she the
I
drug
think
drug addict?
she going through it.
Yeah,
Okay, we will keep her in our prayers.
she is entertaining though. She's very
She
entertaining.
is. She
Light
keeps
of
it
the
to a
Leo has
ring.
a wonderful show coming up tonight, you guys. Right after this, she's coming on at 9 p.m. You guys go over to her channel. She's going to be talking about rest. How can we rest? Rest and information on that. You guys check out that video. She's getting ready to come up here shortly. I love this. Thank you, Jonathan. We will do roundtable. And then, Jonathan, next Monday, I am just going to sit and just click and chat and follow you because I'm getting so busy trying to take all these notes.
She
When I
forgets
watch
to say the word. You,
it's a lot.
you forgot to say try.
Try. I'm going to try
Yes.
because I have to take it. This is a lot of work, like
Yeah.
your notes and everything you got to put up. So I'm
Right.
trying to pass over some of these things.
Oh, Latoya says she
Absolutely. No
entered
problem.
rehab again
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
for
okay.
Well,
alcoholism.
congratulations to her for doing. Congratulations to Katie for doing that.
Yes, get
Yes,
yourself together,
Because
girl.
a lot of people they go through so much, with trying to be in these worlds
Hmm.
materialism and fame and fortune. And when you come off of that and you come down to this level life, it's hard for some people to make that adjustment. And so,
Hmm.
yeah, we would definitely pray for her. One thing I like about the Housewives of Miami, the one who has all the animals, I forget her name. I love that because she can go into the nicest places, fancy places with the fancy stuff, and then come right back home and play with her donkeys and goats and all that kind of stuff or whatever
Absolutely.
reality. So yes, we will continue to keep her in our prayers. But you guys, this has been great. I'm gonna go ahead and do closing thoughts, and then Lighter Leo can do closing thoughts. Jonathan, we're gonna do closing thoughts with you and just end it. My closing thoughts on these Housewives of Potomac is I'm praying for Robin to find her voice, find peace, and find truth. I think she sees it, but I think she keeps closing the door on it. And I really want her to be able to welcome that truth in so that she can be able to deal with whatever it is. Juan, if he wants to stay with her and no longer do those things, and he has to learn that he needs to protect her and continue to protect her. Right now, she's not feeling protected. And that's where she's really feeling the anger from. She
Hmm.
has this man and she's feeling unprotected. So I really do pray that they can get it together. And if Juan is unhappy, Juan needs to go. You cannot continue to stay in a home just because you need a place of residence. We understand that there's a job loss there, and he may not have the resources or finances. But staying in a home with a woman that you say is your wife and you love her, and then going outside doing all the mess that you're doing is not making that wife feel comfortable and safe. And that's a
Hmm.
very volatile place for her to be in. So set the example one, change or either change addresses. Now,
Right.
these women of of Atlanta, y'all. Sweet Tea, I think by the time we finish with with this season of Married to Medicine, Sweet Tea gonna be cognac by the time we finish, because there is a lot that she is having to deal
We
with.
hope.
Yeah.
And we just gonna watch and see what that looks like. But I'm happy for Dr. G, but I'm hoping and praying that a lot of the things that Quad was alleging with Dr. G are not true, because we don't want him to change wives and still have the same bad behavior that was alleged about him. I did see a couple of red flags myself as I watched when he had conversations with Sweet Tea. So I do hope that he would go back, look at these episodes, and see things that he needs to change within himself, so that their marriage can be really good and a safe place for her as well. I'm all about keeping your woman protected and also keeping your man protected. So in all of these shows, that's what I really pray, especially for these married couples. I really am.
For me, I'll have to say my last little notes for the Potomac ladies. I am very curious as to how this is going to go when these ladies come together. I'm excited for that, ready to see it. And I'm also curious as to how things are going to go with Robin. I believe a part of me feels like she will sink to the background. But we shall see with those. And also, as far as the Married to Medicine women, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. I know that a lot of this stuff is kind of produced and stuff like that. But we shall see how things go, who makes whoever mad, because it seems like nobody really wants to record with Quad, but not Heaven,
Right.
but
Phaedra.
Phaedra, yeah, the new girl. That it's like they had to bring somebody in so Quad can record with them.
And
That's
clearly
sad.
Quad is going to be crashing her bachelorette party next week.
Now that is disrespectful.
It totally was.
It's one thing to talk about her randomly, but to bring her into space, now that is some BS. And they knew there was nothing positive that was going to happen from that.
Of course
I need
not.
to hang around Sweet Tea. Hold on. I got to say this, Jonathan. I'm sorry. I need to hang around Sweet Tea. Not Sweet Tea, because she already married. I may need to hang around all the other women that are going to be around the husband's ex-wives. And I need to teach y'all some things, because I am a wife and my husband had an ex-wife. And I had to show that little heifer who was in charge.
Oh.
And there's ways that you can do this stuff and still be classy, but you will let them know, I'm not going to be the one that's going to be the one crying and leaving the room. No, not I.
Got that right.
On wearing the ring. You, on the other hand, may be the one that walks out feeling the way you expected me to feel. So, I have to tell women sometimes, stop being so focused on the ex and don't let them take your power. So I just, I don't like that.
I personally would want to be around Sweet Tea because there's a bit of learning. You can see that she's green. That's what bothers me, is that she just does not know. It's not that she is moving as if she used to know, or if she does know and she's just doing whatever. You can tell she simply does not know. And I would love to be around her so just to give her some other ways of thinking about things, especially about things marriage-wise. I would love to be around her for that. But go ahead, Jonathan, your turn.
Absolutely. I have to say, I really am growing a heart for Miss Sweet Tea. And I hope it stays like that, because again, she's so genuine. And I really respond to her genuineness and authenticity. I will have to say, I don't understand how Miss Neka can be the new Grand Dame when she just got here last year, but that's another conversation for another day, Miss Giselle Bryant. Anyways, Wendy is queen. She always will be queen. That is it. That is end of story, period, point blank. Karen will always be the Grand Dame, end of story, period, point blank. And Robin, I hate to say that I don't care, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Robin, you're in this situation. You have every option to leave. The door is wide open, honey, for you or Juan to exit stage left. However, you insist on staying with him. Now, the reasons why you're staying with him are all up to you. And I can respect those things because that's for you. But don't expect me to feel sorry for you. Both of you, Regina and Jennifer, said that y'all feel sorry for Robin. I honestly don't feel sorry for her at all.
I never said I feel sorry for her.
What did you? I think you
I
said.
did say. Mhm.
Oh, okay. So
I
yeah,
did.
I don't feel sorry for Robin. I'll just see what happens for the rest of the season. But I think both of these shows are going to give us some really, really, really good TV.
Yeah,
Good.
I just feel like Robin, people just need to see Robin as somebody that this is how it looks like when you choose not to put yourself in any part of the equation.
But
Right.
That's
Sharice
what that looks
tried
like.
to have that conversation where Sharice sat there, and I watched Sharice, and she tried to tell her, and Robin still wasn't getting it. And you know why?
She's
Because
not there
Robin is
yet.
not ready to get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's not there yet.
She's not
When
Yeah.
ready.
just like Pastor oh gosh, Pastor Greg would say Pastor Greg would say she will move when it hurts enough.
Yeah,
Right.
She
that
has not reached rock bottom yet.
When she's
So
sick and
we'll
tired of being sick and tired, she will
okay,
yeah.
she
she
will
will
And
she will
move.
that's
make her
when her
move.
friends really need to be there with her. Latoya said, I would have never moved into that house. I would have, girl. I would have. Go ahead and change the furniture out and all the stuff and bed sheets. Be
Child,
like
yeah.
Jasmine from 90 Day Fiance, change the sheets and the comfort, maybe get a new bed.
Okay.
But I would have
Yes.
moved into the house, girl. Yes, I would have.
And sage
Yeah.
that thing down, pray it down,
Okay.
anoint it down. Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Holy
it's a
oil
house.
everywhere.
Every
Everywhere.
which way. I'd even get the water as well, holy water and oil. Okay,
Listen,
going
spray so
down.
much
Okay.
holy water, you hit the neighbor's house.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
I would have, listen, I would have got a new bed, definitely.
and I would at least
Definitely.
Of course.
shoot. I might have found some lamb's blood just to take care of it.
Oh
Ooh,
Lord.
over the
Take it,
storefront,
Lord.
girl.
Take
Over the
care of it,
storefront.
Lord.
Take
Yes,
it.
over all the doors, girl.
This
Hit
is
the back front.
your house, Lord. Okay, I'm.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We getting ready to go over here to Light of Leo's channel. Y'all check her out. Thank you, Latoya. Regina, fix your face. I had to make that face because Jonathan said that Wendy was queen. I was like, really? Okay. I'm gonna give it.
well, neck. It's showing up ain't a necker. That's who we know it ain't.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all
And
too.
that's my problem with her. It's like some people just think, not saying too much of themselves, but they don't consider everybody else in this space.
She
I think
thinks
she's
too
one of
much of
those kind of people.
herself. She
Okay,
absolutely thinks too much of herself.
you
Absolutely.
said it. I didn't, Jonathan.
The way
Yeah.
she was talking about herself in that confessional, absolutely.
Okay, and that's what turned me off about her. That's
Thank
it.
you.
Okay.
That's it. That's why I don't like her.
Okay.
Okay. Regina, if you want to go ahead and end the show, because yeah.
I'm not mad at y'all, because I can go all day talking about these shows, but because I have a husband that I have to go and tend to.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
I do. So love y'all for watching, you guys. All right. So all the cult panels channels are in the chat. Make sure that y'all check them out. Jonathan has his own channel. JoJo Speaks comes on every Thursday night. Jonathan he's everywhere, you guys. He is high in demand on these YouTube streams. High in demand. So y'all check him out. Light of the Leo has her channel. The Light of the Leo on YouTube, Instagram, all that. We love y'all for watching. Thank y'all for joining in the chat here. We will be back next week, same time, same beautiful faces, like Jonathan says.
Yes.
Same conversations of these housewives. We would love for y'all to join in the chats. Tune in next week again for more reality chat. All right, y'all have a good one. Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.